Good day, everybody, it's Max, and welcome back to Facteroids. And in today's mission, it's Trade Post. We got a bunch of iron ore, they want a bunch of glass. It's all a little bit of a mix-up, so we got to get some of it. Let's get some colonists in for the first time and see what we can do about it. So we're back in again, and once again, we're back into the asteroid belt, where this time, it's going to be Trade Post. Let's see what happens when I load it up. It usually doesn't take too long to load these missions, which I'm actually pretty happy about. And I must admit, the background graphics are pretty cool. They get some pretty nice background graphics in this game. So, yep, let's go with that. Press any key to continue. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, this I'm sure this isn't good. Yeah, well, okay, pause. We already have a mining calling on one of these asteroids, rich in iron. But we got new order for delivering glass. A lot of glass. Produce glass. There's no silicon on this piece of rock. Okay, so how do you make glass? We're going to have to trade whatever you have for that missing silicon. To establish a trading post, you need colonists to run the trading business. Build a supply hub and 3 habitats. Make sure you produce enough power, oxygen, and water to support 3 colonists. Okay, well, holy smokes. Looks like I'm doing something a little bit more intense today. So I'll take the cut here. I'm going to look through the menus and stuff because obviously, you know, colonists, who the heck are those? I'll be right back. Okay, so I might have it figured out, but not 100% guaranteed yet. So what I'm going to do actually first is I'm actually building myself a workable platform. So to make all this happen, it looks like I'm going to have to use refineries. And refineries, of course, as you can see, they take a lot of ingredients to make them happen. So we're going to make myself a nice area to work with. This means the robots are going to have to move some stone around, and that's going to take a little time. So as you can see here, I am working on kind of leveling this out at the same time, just kind of taking note of where the sun's going. We're going to probably add a few more panels as things go around the sun, see how it goes. I'd like to kind of... All right, so it's moving around to the left. All right, well, that's okay. You know, I mean, it's going to move somewhere. But wherever it's moving to, I want to make sure I'm on the same wavelength as that, right? So obviously we'll want to take care of that, and I'm going to bring you right back. Okay, so a little time has passed, and this is where we started at the beginning of this mission, where it's making steel and carbon and a few other odds and end things. Now, we're going to probably come back here a little later, I would think, because this is another nice flat area. I hate to admit it. Now, and the setup isn't that bad. I mean, it's not a great setup, but it's not a bad setup. Meanwhile, as you can see here, I've only got 1 ice maker left. I have no stone left. I haven't had any stone maker. The 3 stone that they give you. So they give you 3 ice miners to store ice, and 3 stone miners to store stone at the beginning of this mission. And of course, they give you the ability to make the carbon and the iron ore and the iron. Now, this is where we started, but this, of course, isn't where I was working on. I then decided, okay, there was a relatively flat area, and we were going to try to work on a base there. But you'll notice on the left-hand side, our menu has grown. I didn't do anything to make this grow, by the way. And in fact, I've been so busy with the other section, I didn't even know when these showed up. So we now have a supply hub for colonists in this colony section. Cool. This refinery, of course, we're going to deal with here shortly. We now have a fusion reactor. That sounds awesome. But where are we going to put all this? Well, we're going to put all that up here. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about, people. That's right. We're building a base. So it turns out to build a base, you know, we need things. To have these colonists, I guess, we got to have the supply hub. And the supply hub is looking for water and oxygen and some sort of waste disposal. We'll deal with that. Well, that's all going to happen, it looks like, through these refineries. Now, the factory I notice here is a waste plant. So maybe through a factory that I'm going to deal with waste. But I thought I'd bring you back now because we're going to deal with a couple of refineries. Yeah, you know, I thought let's do some refining. Let's make things happen. So we're going to take this refinery. No. And yes, my left hand, man, it's some tired. I mean, obviously, it's three-dimensional right around this thing. You got to always be in kind of control, and my left hand is always busy moving stuff around. It does definitely make it tired out. So what we're gonna do is, I think we're gonna put a couple of refineries here for water. Okay, so I think we'll start with water first. And hey guys, why don't you guys come over here and help with this little project too? Because I think that'd be a good idea for you guys. You know, because I think you guys are, you know, I don't know what it is you guys are doing, but you can get over here, gosh darn it, and do some work. And so of course refineries require this other new piece we've got, pipe. I know, that's going to be interesting. Now, did you guys not come over here? I was going to say you guys had better be helping. Gosh darn it. So now, what I'd like you guys to do is I'm going to actually not run these directly through. We're going to take the ice from here, and we're going to run it down here a little bit. Turn that off. We don't want that. Turn that this way. Turn that one that way, so we can just clean that line out. And we're going to turn that in there and turn that in there. Okay, so this is going to be ice melting for water. And you are also going to be ice melting for water. And the only reason is because I don't know what it's going to take. Now, what we want to do is out the other side, I'm assuming, is make pipes, right? And the only reason I'm making two of these is because I don't know down the road. So you'll notice here, like, you need water for hydrolysis, but you also need water as water, right? For the colony. So we're gonna take this water down here like this, down the side. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, that's awesome. And I don't know what's gonna happen. No, what are you doing? Don't. Nobody should be doing anything magical out the side. Oh right, yes, I know what's going on there. That's not a thing. Okay, well look at that. They actually connect together with pipes. That's actually really cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's ready. It has one water in it. That's awesome. So, all right then. Now the question becomes, let's have a look at the menu here for the next thing that you need. So obviously, we need oxygen supply. We also got now this thing also runs hydrogen. I'm a little concerned about that because it's like, okay, well, I have no use for hydrogen at the moment. You know, so I'm assuming I'm going to have to throw that into a waste plant, right? If that makes sense. Yep. So you're going to do that, and then we're just going to destroy that. Goodbye. And yes, this is going to get a little tricky because we're on the edge of the asteroid, so it's going to zoom in and out a lot. There's not much I can do about that. So okay, so it looks like we're gonna stick some. We're gonna stick something in here. Yep. Are you two taking a vacation again? Listen, you guys have really got to get to work on this stuff, you know? Like, you guys can't just keep taking vacations every time you turn around. Obviously, on this side, I have extra rock and ice being stored. Or I did have ice being stored. Holy smokes, I got no ice. Listen, guys. I could get you guys to set up a couple of ice miners up here. I would really appreciate it. Yep, do that. Do that. And do that. And then we're gonna do this, and do this, and do this, and all the things. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn you around. And turn you around, and then you can all go down this way into Mr. Storage. There you go. So now that we've got this, let's see what we can do with it. Let's go in here. So, yes, you're going to do a thing, but you're going to produce two things. You're going to produce waste, which I'm not very excited about. One hydrogen, one oxygen. Now, no outgoing conveyor belts connected. No kidding. I totally understand that. So let's see what happens. And again, this is an experiment, right? So we're gonna do it like that and like that. Okay, so you're oxygen, you're the hydrogen. So I would say the hydrogen has to be destroyed somehow. Hey guys, why don't you do a storage for hydrogen? Yeah, because I have no idea. And we'll do a storage for oxygen, because that sounds important, right? I mean, to me, it sounds important. I'm glad it got the right direction on this. I don't know if we could actually change that. But I mean, it's something that, oh yeah, it looks like I could probably maybe mess around with it a little bit. Sure. All right. Well, all right. So it's really noisy. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that factory was that noisy. I'm going to try and turn the game's sound down a little bit here. All right. So we got the ice coming in. We got oxygen. All right. We have water. Like, we have water right here. I have water. Actually, I will probably take this pipe here and maybe run it up here. What else do we need? We have, listen, maybe my checklist will help me. Make sure you produce enough power, oxygen, and water. Okay, so you want water and oxygen supply and a waste facility. Oh, yes, the waste facility. Well, I do want to be a little careful here. I don't want to really be getting out here too far. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try and put it here, like so. Okay, yeah. Supply must be built on concrete. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know that. So we know that refineries can do concrete. So obviously we're going to need a rock and a water for concrete. Yep. Okay. Well, let's get a refinery down here for that. Yeah, rock and water for concrete. Well, I'm actually kind of okay with that. We can do the concrete over here. Over here on the far edge, and then I'll just borrow the rock from straight down. I think that's a good plan. All right. So we'll just throw in a couple of miners down here somewhere to borrow a little bit of rock, right? 1, 2, 3, and look at that. There's power right there for them. That's awesome. 1, 2, 3, like so, and then we're just gonna take a little trip, right? We're just gonna go straight up here like this, and then we're gonna, let's see. You're gonna have to come in here like so, and then come up here like that, like that. We'll switch over to piping for this case and stick that on the end like so. And I just had one robot do all that work. Gee, that was sloppy of me. Listen, guys, listen. That was my bad. That's my bad. Listen, I'm gonna try and make these guys do a little extra work for you. You know, because they really should be doing some work. No. So there. At least some extra work will get done by the robots. That's my fault, guys. That's my fault. Okay, so concrete. Boom. Concrete plant. And we're going to want a little storage on that plant. So let's not miss all three of them this time. And we'll get a little bit of storage going here. Conveyor belts. Storage. Thank you. So we'll borrow a little of that storage for concrete. There we go. So we have water coming in here to be converted into into oxygen. We also have water being coming in here to be converted into concrete. My concern is that we have to put a waste plant in here, and I would think that the waste plant, right? Like, I mean, I can come in. I mean, I can come over here and I can just click on this and you know, say destroy all materials, but that's obviously not the way it's meant to be played. So, how about you? Are you doing my concrete now? One water, one rock, one concrete, waiting for resources. I bet you are. Listen, guys. I know. I really didn't do this really well. So, yeah, if you guys could just start shipping some of that rock up here, I'd really appreciate it. Listen, why do you do that? Just make the belt all go the way I need you to go. Yep, that goes up and around and around and around and around. And if you guys could also just come up here and finish this pipe, I would really appreciate that. There we go. Awesome. Hey, we're making concrete. Cool. Now I'm still kind of wondering on this supply hub. Oh, right, it must be built on concrete. Okay, well, I will build it on concrete as soon as you tell me where I would put that on. Because this list is getting longer all the time. Freezer, landfill, like fusion reactor, no, accumulator. Like, you don't have a platform for concrete. Smelter, mine. Okay, let me figure this one out. If I had to guess, I would say I'm going to have to dig out a block and then fill it in with concrete. Man, that's going to get crazy. Okay, so I've cleaned out a section of rock to put this concrete into. I'm hoping that landfill is going to do the job. Don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens, I guess. So we'll let the robots build the robot things, because that's what they do. And we'll see if it starts filling in this hole with concrete. Yes, it is. I guess. There we go. Yes, it is. It is dumping concrete into the thing. I'll bring you right back. Wow, fancy concrete. Okay, that's going to be a pain. Okay, so yeah, looks like I can now build this base. So let's do that, guys. We'll see how this go. Yeah, it must be built on concrete. Well, guess what? I have concrete now. So cool. I'm glad we're all in accordance, agreements to whatever it is you think I got to have. I'm just looking to see what I need here. I'm going to need water. I know that. I suppose they didn't give me a bridge. Oh, they did give me a pipe crossing bridge. Good. So I'm going to say, I think I'm going to need one right here. Okay, good job, guys. Status, ready. Power. Colony supply and demand, ready. So let's now feed it some oxygen, right? Because that's what you're holding. Yeah. Now I got to do this so as we can do it in a certain way that I can get oxygen in there, water in there, but the waste has to come out. And I think I'm going to have to deal with waste. Like this hydrogen, I don't know. I'm assuming it has to be waste. So we're gonna do it this way. No. Hey, I want all the robotos involved. Okay, so we're gonna run that up here. I'm gonna pause this because I have a fear that you guys are gonna mess this up. We're gonna run this pipe this way because you're gonna come out. You're going to need to go into a waste plant. I'm going to have to turn you this way to make that work. So the water is going to come up here like that. And then, warning, I don't have enough construction materials. Yeah, okay, well, listen. I don't have enough construction materials either, but we'll get more because that's what we do. We get more construction materials. So pipe, what is it you're missing? You're not missing the rock or the ice. You're missing one iron. Okay, well listen, we'll get an iron. I'm not going to panic on that just yet. So let's swing around here. We'll double check the iron. I'm assuming it's just got to mine it. Yeah, it's raw iron. Oh, it's not iron ore. It's just iron. And the miners, what are you guys doing? You're doing nothing because this was a really silly setup. Again, this is the one thing I really didn't like about this setup was that it had the storage set aside. It's not a great setup to do this. But anyway, we'll fix that. Do this. Hey guys, listen, I need you. I need some miners down here. Giddy up, go. Do the giddy up, go things. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do this, and then we're going to put you like that. And we're gonna. Oh, I know this. Oh, this was gonna be hard. this was not gonna be easy at all, right? Okay, so you're up, 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 up. Okay, everybody is up. All right, well we're gonna hit play. We're gonna empty this storage unit out. It won't totally empty out because of course it's going to hold 4 back. That being said, we'll let it empty out there. Now what I'll do is I will switch this back to this direction. We'll let the miners take care of the rest of it. This will let me get enough iron ore to get that piping running. And I'm assuming the robots have now run down there to do that. So, hey guys, what are you up to? Not much. Listen, I know I need you guys to kind of run a little faster here. You know, I'm kind of making you work a little hard. I know this is all the stuff and things in my life. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, you're O2. See, now this is the trick, right? Now we got to get rid of this. So we got a bunch of hydrogen. I would think you're going to have to do that in a waste plant, right? So if I put the waste plant here, right? What am I going to get out of it? Do I see anything on the menu that I need hydrogen for? No. I mean, it's a little bit of a mystery, right? Construction materials, fusion reactors, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we don't need hydrogen for the building of things. So what I'm going to do is I am actually just going to delete this for the moment so as we can get a little more in. And then what I'm going to do is hope that a waste plant here, dude will put in the belt work here, and then we'll work on a waste facility on that afterwards, right? What are you doing? You were doing something. I know you were. I seen you doing it. You know, I thought you were doing really good, right? Now, okay, guys. What do we get for colony? Oh, look at that. We get habitats, supply habitats, and the comm center. Fancy. What's the consumption is going to require water and stuff and things. Water and oxygen. This isn't really the exact direction I want to run this. I would rather run this in like along down the side here, right? Because I might need this room for like factory stuff. So I think what we'll do, we know we're going to need a waste plant here. Gee whiz. Man, this is going to be tough. So, eek. All right, let's do habitat. Oh, of course, it's got to be built on concrete. Okay, so I'm assuming everything has to be built on concrete. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a whole stretch here. We're going to set up some habitats, comm centers, the whole 9 yards. I'll bring you back for that. It's going to look great. Hold on a sec. Okay, so what I'm doing at the moment is I've added some more water refineries here in the back. Boy, they eat up the ice really fast. And we're dumping concrete into this gully here now. And what I'll do is I'll probably run the oxygen once the concrete is done loading in. I'll switch the line over to oxygen and then load the oxygen in. Now, I have no idea if that's actually going to work because I don't know if like the buildings can flow through each other or whatever. So we're doing a little bit of experimentation here. Now what run out? Something's run out. Oh, it's the water. It's run out. Right. Guys, we need more ice. more ice. Holy smokes, the amount of ice this stuff eats is crazy. Crazy. Yeah, listen, you gotta make me more ice. More ice cubes, more icicles, more of the icy things. Make that happen, would you? I would really appreciate it. Okay, cool. And you're gonna send that down a miner's line that has no relevance to anything in the world. So let's just stop that now. I was gonna say there's nothing down here. There's nothing down here but your imagination, and it's not good. In fact, I should probably just get rid of these two. That way we don't mess ourselves up here a little bit. Why are you guys all blinking at me now? Because the blinking at me always worries me. Bot is missing construction material, which is rock. Right. Because you have to let some rock out before you can do the things. There we go. There you go, guys. My bad. I know we were running low on materials, guys. Like, you got to cut me a little bit of a break, though. I mean, this is all a bit of a learning curve, and we got a bunch of concrete to pour in here. So we're going to pour some concrete in. Keep that water flowing. Hopefully that water is now flowing, because let me tell you, we need that water. Yes, give me the water. Give me all the water. Yes, do that. With that, I'll bring it back once I have a setup that's functional, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we finally got enough concrete down, and we got 3 habitats working. The thing is, I don't know what it is they're doing. What are they doing at the moment? Waste production is +2, -2. It's hard to know exactly what it is it's doing. Like so obviously waste production is going to be an issue. Okay. So first of all, it looks like you have to kind of hook these things directly together. And that's fine. I wish I'd known that, because then I would have done star patterns with this and then set it up to possibly do it that way. I don't know. I think my pattern would be slightly different. So we have water. Well, we have consumption happening. So Colonists is making work, no job. Okay. Assign workplace. Select workplace for this colonist. Okay. Oh, that's where we need the comms terminal. Okay, so let's try that. All right, so there's this comm center. Let's now put that in on a piece of concrete. See what happens there. That looks a little weird, but I'm gonna hope that builds all right. Yes, I mean, this is all a little bit hit or miss, right? Like it's a bit of a challenge. I will say that. You know, this whole colony, the whole colonist thing into the mix kind of threw me a curve. Is where I am. Yes, good job, guys. Listen. Yeah, select workplace for the colonist. Workplace assigned. Cool. How about you? Assign a workplace to the colonists. And how about you? Do that. Now, so we've got them assigned to the comm center. That's great. I think. Now, projects. Oh, trade deal negotiations. Yes, negotiate trade deals. We want to offer iron. Yeah, and we want silicon ore. Well, we can have silicon come in. I don't know if we can get that kind of deal. Yeah, let's do that, right? Workers understaffed. What do you mean workers are understaffed for that? Like, again, there's not a real good explanation for this. Well, yes, they're understaffed because these are currently vacant. We have no workers in here. So let me go off to figure out how I get the workers to come into the into the things, so then I can have them go to work and make me trade deals. Okay, people, we're on the verge of greatness here. All right. Man, have I ever changed this design? So let's have a look. I had to take the concrete out for the time being. It just kept getting in the way, and I just could not work around it. Knowing what I know now, every major kind of component needs 4 lanes. A lane for the actual buildings, and then 2 lanes for its components, and an exterior lane to get rid of excess or whatever. Knowing what I know now, I would have not put these buildings here. I would have put my refineries here in this row, using the back side for water. The front side would have been my output line. And then, of course, just like with factories, refineries, you can use mid-bridging in between to take care of your second resource. Because of where I already spent so much concrete getting this line down, though, I've just moved it to the other side, though that's going to be a bit more painful. I'll go with it. I mean, I'm just going to go with it. So with that, I've got 2 out of 3 people. Yes, I got 2 out of 3 in the houses, right? This guy is happy. We've got his oxygen. He's got his water. He's got his electricity, and we are getting rid of his waste, which I'll talk about in a sec. This guy, he hasn't got oxygen at the moment. He's down 5. I don't know what happened there, but it's gone vacant. This one's accommodated. I don't know why he's all of a sudden having a power per consumption problem. Like, they give you these different colors. This one should be totally vacant because it's all red. This one should be relatively decent, but that's okay. We're gonna hit the fast forward button. I'm gonna try and keep these cleaned out here for a minute. These are the hydrogen collectors. Yes, that's exactly what's happened. So now all 3 of these have enough people in them, and right now I've just got them all working in the comm center, nice and easy, right? So we're making trade deals. We're trading. I think we're trading. Yeah. No, we're not canceling. We want to sell iron and get silicon for it, right? I mean, we're making deals here, people. We're making deals. So hopefully, I don't know how long it takes to do a negotiation, but hopefully not long because we need silicon really bad. Any trade deal will be carried out in a spaceport. So we need to build a spaceport to start trading. The spaceport shuttle will need a lot of hydrogen as fuel. Turns out I'm making a lot of hydrogen as fuel. And that is going to be the next thing. So if we take our robots here, and I don't know what that guy's doing, but he's going to do something. We're going to go through the list. So the list once again has grown as time went on. Again, I don't know what the triggers are. It's like, oh, okay, you got a person, so I'm going to give you a research lab now. Oh, okay, cool. So we now have 4 types of colonists. We have the habitats. The supply hub, everything comes through the supply hub. You don't hook anything into the habitat. You don't hook anything into the comm center. You don't hook anything into the research lab. The only thing, I should clarify the research lab. You will hook stuff into it, but not right away. Everything comes into your supply hub, and then basically you plug everything into the supply hub. So that's why these guys are all getting oxygen, water, and their waste is being taken care of. Now, just to flag out this waste, so a factory is doing this, okay? It will take 4 waste and produce 1 waste. Okay, so the waste coming from this comes into here, turns 4 waste into 1 waste. I take the 1 waste and just recycle it back on itself, and then when 3 more waste come along, it recycles itself again. It's a great little system. It just sits there and recycles on itself. It's great. I like it. Let's get our 3 guys here though. We got to get this spaceport done. Spaceport. Boom. I mean, look at this thing. It's going to be amazing. Let's do a spaceport thing. This, I am assuming, is going to be my input line for whatever resource I'm going to trade off, right? Well, I say that, but gee, that might not go as expectedly planned. I just realized maybe I should be putting the spaceport like down here and then run the hydrogen down here into the spaceport. Because we're gonna get silicon out of this thing, right? And when we do, I'm gonna want to do stuff with that. I'm gonna want to set up a silicon factory over here. So do 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 do. At the same time, I don't know what else I'm going to need out of the spaceport. So if I do this instead, and then I do a little bit of line dancing, like so. Yeah, you can go that way, dude. That way, that way, that way. Yeah, we're going to give you all the hydrogen. No, you do not do that. Bad. Very bad. All right, so we'll do that. We'll run this. Meanwhile, I want to keep an eye on these storage facilities here just for the moment, just so as we can keep the old O2 running top efficiency, right? We don't want anything being slowed down by the oxygen, right? We want the oxygen and the oxygen things. Yeah, we want you to produce hot oxygen for these guys. Keep them breathing, because that's important to me. And if you guys fill up, that's bad. And I am hoping that this rocket launcher / thingy is going to be amazing, right? That's for sure. Now I'm going to stop here for a second just to double check the ice output. Obviously, the other thing that I got to keep a really close eye on is ice, because ice, baby. You know how it is. You need that ice, and we need a lot of it. Don't fool yourself, not for 1 second. You need the ice, and it has to keep flowing. The ice must flow, people. And if it doesn't, oh, you'll know. You'll pay. You'll know. The ice must flow, and it must keep flowing often. So I must be ready at any time, to intercept the ice flows with more flow, right? Because that's what we want, right? Now, no, you're not going to get that out of there. No, turn that off. Turn this off. We don't want you going on to that line yet. We just got to have you ready to go, because as soon as these miners die, then we switch to these ones, and then the ice keeps flowing, right? We need to keep that water flowing, because we need to keep that O2 going. So let's keep going with the spaceport now. And this looks like it's going to gear up with the spaceport things. Yes. Whoa, slow down. Export glass. With the resources secured, you can set up a production line for glass. Produce 100 glass and export it. All right, then. I will. Completed. Any trade deal done with fuel? Hydrogen fuel. We want to export. Well, yes, obviously we want to start trading. We want to start trading that right away. Yeah, do that right away, dude. So obviously I'm going to need a couple of factories. One, we need a factory to bring in iron, and so that is where I'm going to set up over here. Then we need a factory to make glass, and I'm going to set that up over here. Now, obviously the glass will be shipped home on the mothership, which is over here, right? And I'm assuming she's got 27 already. Yeah, so she's already holding 27, so that's where that is. I'm not going to worry too much about this little rinky-dink setup here for iron. Yes, we're going to dig in for iron big time, because this is definitely where the iron is. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. There's lots of iron there, but there's not a lot of iron anywhere else except for like a few pieces underneath over here. This appears to be like the big cashew of iron. So we're obviously gonna handle a few shots of iron, and at the same time, wow, this is quite the big update. And at the same time, the ironworks over here, and we're gonna get the silicon in over here, and I'm gonna build the 2 factories over here. And once that's built, I'm gonna bring you back, hopefully keeping my people alive. So that's important, and I'll see you in a sec. So things are coming along quite nicely, and as you can see, the rocket is going up and down and up and down, and of course, that's good. That's what we want. Of course, we have silicon coming in from Mr. Rocket, which is getting deposited in here. I'm hoping they'll use a little bit of it to... we do need 6 steel, 4 iron, 5 glass, and I am hoping they'll do 5 silicon out of that, but we'll find out soon enough. I can take one of these guys and just say, hey, listen, would you add this to your queue when you're done? I would really appreciate that. Meanwhile, we're taking the iron all the way down from here, and we're moving it up here, and it's getting smelted, getting ready to be shipped by a rocket, and now we're just waiting for some of this glass to come in. Now, these guys had to finish up a little bit of rock work here. Thanks, guys. Listen, can we all make the belts go in the same direction? I really, you know, it really bothers me when you guys decide, listen, you don't want to make the rocks cooperate today, and that makes me sad. Oh my, you guys just make the rocks go in the right direction, okay? You know, so the rocks are going to come down here, obviously. They're going to combine with extra silicon, which we now have coming into the belt, and of course, they're going to make glass. And then we're going to take that glass out of these belts here, and for the moment, I'm just going to... we should add, I guess, we should add a thing. Listen, I need you two to do this. We should add some storage. We should add some storage here for it. No, don't do any of that. And don't do any of that. And don't do any of that. We'll do storage here, and then I will take this down off the mountain towards getting it into our rocket ship, our mothership right here. And we'll start launching that out because, of course, they already have 27 glass. So with that, I'm going to let these guys come in. Meanwhile, we're working on this. Workers understaffed, project not selected. What kind of projects do you get? Bot speed upgrade. Wow. Conveyor belt speed 1. Cool. Acid damage. Acid drainage. Improve smelter efficiency with sulfuric acid. Nifty. Well, isn't that something? Well, we're not really forced to do that in this mission yet, but we do have it available should we need it. And hopefully everything is just going to go kosher fine. You're going to keep launching them rockets. These guys are making the negotiations for the rockets. And of course, these guys, we keep asking for the rockets. Yep. Start trading that. Keep trading that away, dude. I need you to trade that away so we can keep getting that glass in. So with that, I'm gonna bring you back once we have a little bit stored up. Oh yeah, the first glass is being made, people. The first glass is arriving. You know it. And sure enough, we're going to start setting this down the line to allow it to be made into even more goodness. So we're going to start shipping this out now. I have 2 bodies here. I'm not going to store any of the extra glass here. So it goes all the way down and around. Comes up along here. Oh, we don't want that. No. Yeah, sorry. No glass patterns there. No, and I see I got to fix this. Oh no! See, why do you have to do that? Now you know that's gonna jam up something somewhere, right? I really wish it wouldn't do that. But anyway, it's traveling along here, comes up along here, down here, and into the mothership. Yay us! As the counter goes up. I gotta go see about this iron that's probably not iron anymore, and I gotta make sure it's gonna arrive here as iron. I think we caught it in time. It looks pretty good. The rocket keeps blasting off and coming back. Yay us, we like that. In fact, I can't even use all my oxygen that's where we are. So what we do here is we're going to do a little bit of something like this, just to kind of move things along a little bit. Yep, just a little bit, just so we can get a little bit more of that hydrogen coming out, so we can get a little bit more of that shipment going. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad these guys are doing really, really good. I mean, we don't want them dying, but they're doing so good, I can actually throw oxygen away, which is a little scary, actually. When you can actually start doing that. Meanwhile, the recycler loop is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's great. We like it. Look at this. And sure enough, this is a good time to bring this back. Of course, as mentioned, we always have one set aside here for emergency standby. Ready to go for when one set runs out, the other set takes over. So now that the other set is taking over, we have to prepare this side again. So, of course, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. Basically, we're just going to make sure that we have plenty of ice all set up to do all the ice things, because that's important. I'll tell you right now. Now, this is going to get a little tricky, only because we know that when these cubes break, we have a power line that's coming up here with accumulators on it. It's probably going to give me a hassle, so I will also take care of that right now. Yeah, I know the power line's already on site, dude. I'm the one that's got it on site. There we go. See, we're just going to come in the back way of these panels there. All right, I'm going to let this run. They're going to do the building of the things, but we're not going to run out of ice, because running out of ice means running out of water, and running out of water equals bad. Anything these guys need, see, they're all getting excited all of a sudden. I hate it. I hate it when the symbol comes up. We don't like it when the symbol comes up, because that means people will decide to move out, and that's never a good thing. So we want to keep the hydrogen flowing, keep the oxygen flowing. Here comes the water. There it is. See you guys shortly. Oh yeah, we're about to see 100 glass. You got to give me one more. Just give me one more time. Do it. There it is. Export that 100 glass, and that is the end of the mission. Before we finish the mission off, though, let's have a review. So their initial base gave us the resources and materials. It's got a poor design, though. Having your storage off your main line means that you can't take advantage of your storage to release extra material if you're in desperate need. So having all these like side pieces, this is not how I would do that. I would actually have this as part of the main line, but this was not the smelting setup I went with anyway. Of course, this is my main base. Up here, what I would do differently is I would swap the H2O, the hydrogen oxygen factories with my actual habitats. So I would have my water set up like I do now. Then right on the other side of that, so I would actually run the ice on the other side. Then on this side, I would run the piping. Then I would actually run my H2O with the piping right there, so as it could get water as quickly as possible. And then, of course, pipe away the oxygen, and then run my concrete with my habitats, my research, and whatever it is I'm going to do. That way, the water, because it's almost like a one-to-one relationship. You need one water for one of these. You need one water for one of these. You literally need, so like I needed 6 water to run the 3 factories and the 3 habitats. Which is, okay, that's fine. It's early access and all that. But you could start getting an awful lot of water running around pretty hard, because you also need 5 guys to do these research centers. Now, yes, I don't need these guys to do any more deals, so I could just put in 5 and then probably transfer the 5 over here, and I think that's the way I would probably handle that. So with that, though, I'm Max. This, of course, is Facteroids, and of course, this mission is done. So let's finish this mission, and we're out of here, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Take care.